Did you know that in Avengers Infinity War, in this scene where Tony threatens Drax is a reference to an iconic scene from the 1979 movie Alien? Did you know that in Captain Marvel, this cat is named Goose, which is a reference to Goose the co-pilot in Top Gun 1980? Did you know that in Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch plays both the characters in the film himself, the hero Doctor Strange, and the villain Dormammu? Did you know that in Iron Man, the best paid actor in the movie was not Robert Downey Jr., it was Terrence Howard, who played James Rhodes, and got paid almost twice as much as Robert Downey Jr.? It's because at that time, with an Academy nomination in his pocket, Howard was a bigger name than Robert Downey Jr. Did you know that in Avengers, in the end credit scene where the team just sits silently and eats shawarma after the New York battle was shot after the premiere of the movie because everyone enjoyed the joke so much, which was actually an issue for Thor and Captain America, because Chris Evans just had grown a beard for another movie. So they hid it with a prosthesis and his hand, and Chris Hemsworth had already lost some bulk and was too thin for his costume. Did you know we get multiple references to the Star Wars scene where Luke Skywalker loses his hand in battle? You may have noticed that someone has lost their hand in each of the 6 movies of Phase 2, Iron Man 3, Aldrich Killian, Thor, The Dark World, Thor's Optical Illusion, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Bucky, Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Ulysses Klaue, Ant-Man, Yellowjacket. Did you know that in Thor The Dark World, in this scene where Thor and Jane kisses each other, the actress who played the role of Jane, Natalie Portman, wasn't available for reshoots, so Chris Hemsworth's wife Elsa Pataky wore a wig in Portman's wardrobe and performed the kiss instead? Did you know that in Iron Man 3, Tony has hung a stocking for Jarvis, his AI computer? Did you know that in Captain America the First Avenger, you can see on Steve Rogers' enlistment form that his date of birth is actually the 4th of July? Did you know that in Spider-Man Homecoming, at Peter's high school, Howard Stark is seen in a mural of influential scientists throughout the history? Did you know that in Ant-Man, Darren Cross wears a tie with a hexagon print on it, a clue that he's destined to become the villain Yellowjacket? Did you know that in Avengers Endgame, in this scene when Tony uses Infinity Gauntlet and says,
"And I am Iron Man."
It's a direct reference to the end of Iron Man, where he reveals his identity and says,
I am Iron Man.
Did you know that in Spider-Man Homecoming, in Peter's classroom, there are images of science pioneers on the wall, one of whom happens to be fellow hero, Bruce Banner Hulk? Did you know that in Thor, as Loki summons the Destroyer, in this scene the Infinity Gauntlet is seen hiding in the back of Odin's weapons vault? Did you know that in Avengers Endgame, when the team gets ready to go into the quantum realm, their hands plus the floor mimic the design of Tony's original arc reactor? Did you know that in Spider-Man Homecoming, in this scene the URL of the video that Peter watches, matches the URL of a Spider-Man Homecoming trailer? Did you know that in Avengers Endgame, the teen scene at Tony's funeral is Harley Keener from Iron Man 3, the boy that helps Tony after he crash lands in Tennessee? God. Did you know that in Spider-Man Far From Home, on Peter's passport, it says that his birthday is August 10th. August 10th, 1962 is the day when Spider-Man made his Marvel Comics debut in Amazing Fantasy 15. Did you know that in Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter's phone screen gets more and more damaged after each battle? Did you know that in Spider-Man Far From Home, in this scene when Peter uses the Edith glasses, he can see everyone's phone activity except for Dimitri? Because he works for Nick Fury and that's the reason why he shows up as encrypted. Did you know that in Avengers Infinity War, in one scene, Mantis is shown positioning her hands like an actual praying mantis?